Well, this is the first video of today's ride out. It's Sunday. We're 14 miles into our ride. We're on 4 BSA A10s, various ages, 1956, a 58, a 60 and a 1962. And Dan's following behind on his, I think it's his 1970s BSA Starfire. Which has got a very noisy exhaust pipe on, so he's following. It sounds great when you're on it, it's just not when you're following him. Yeah, we're just going to do sort of heading out towards Helmsley Way, just zigzagging across the B roads. I didn't bother doing any videos earlier on because it was just so foggy leaving Driffield. You can see a lot of the leaves are falling off the trees now. There's some fantastic colours there to look at. Yeah, this is Chris. He's on his. This is the oldest BSA here. This is 1956. Really nice bike. This is John. He's only just got this one. This is great. So this is his first proper outing. So we'll see how reliable that's going to be. It's very nice engine. I had a few little test rides on that. It runs really smooth. We'll see if we catch up with Nick. Nick's, I think, is on the newest one. This is a 1962, this one. Nick's actually got two of these, identical. He's got a few BSAs, but he's actually got two identical black ones. We'll just let everybody come past. Yeah, if you're thinking about getting an old bike, these are sort of, I class these as a hobby, you know. It's not like buying a modern bike where you go out on Sunday, you just go and press your key and off you go. You've got to be a bit of a tinkerer to own one of these. There was, you know, you've got to keep up on the maintenance. You're always tightening something. But they are, to be fair, fairly reliable. We'll do maybe 150 miles today. I've done quite a few sort of 250 mile runs out on a weekend, and it's everything seems to go all right. Every now and again you'll have somebody will break down for some minor thing. We haven't had anybody have something we can't sort out on the day to get them home. It's always been tiny little things. These bikes are good in winter actually. They're not very powerful. You've got a lot of low down torque, but you're not going big speeds, and they've got massive mud guards on them, so you don't really get mucky. And when we pull up later, even if we've been through some mucky bits of road, the bikes will still look reasonably clean compared to a modern bike where they tend to throw the mud and everything all over your bike. Yeah, obviously there's no electric starts on these bikes, so they're all kickstart. The 3 A10s in front, they've all got the standard low compression pistons in. The one I'm riding's got high compression pistons. It came with them in it when I bought it. I've had it for quite a lot of years. It gives it a bit more when you come into hills and stuff, but you know, you don't really need. I'd just run standard. If it come with standard pistons, you would have just been more than happy enough. Most of these A10s would have most probably been used for sidecars. When you look on the frames, you can see where they used to bolt them on, and so if you, another good bike to buy if you like the look of the A10 is the A7, which is a 500. These are 650s, and again, there you'd be more than happy bombing about with one of them. If you want something a little bit more modern, the Starfire in front of us, the 250, again it's still an old classic, but that's most probably actually quicker than these A10s. The A10s though, it's the addiction of the sound of the engine. They're very mechanical. All 4 of these, if you go and ride all 4 back to back, every one of them seems to have its own characteristics, its own little sounds. The Starfires is a really cheap way of getting into old classic bikes, so you can pick a nice one of them up for around £2 grand, 2 to 2.5 I would think. The one Dan's on, he was really lucky when he bought that. Somebody had he had bills for 4,000 and something pounds. Unfortunately they don't make your bike worth anymore, so when he got hold of that one, he had all that work done to it. And I think it was around the £2,000 mark, that bike. Yeah, the other thing you got to remember when you're around these old bikes, Dan's into bad, his brakes are quite good on that, but on the A10s, most of your braking is done with your back brake. So, like on a modern bike, it's nearly all front brake, a little bit of back brake. These front brakes obviously work to a degree, but you'll find yourself use your back brakes doing most of the stopping. And on these old bikes, so your brake and your gears are opposite to a modern bike. So our foot gear stick is on the right hand side and our brake lever for the rear is at the left hand side. And bizarrely enough, after you've been riding them for 10 minutes you don't even think about it, and then I could just jump onto one of my modern bikes and you know, you don't get mixed up or confused or anything. So Dan's is a single cylinder 250. So obviously sounds totally different. Yeah, you can't actually hear the A10s over the sound of the Starfighter, but these A10s just pair away. But again, when you buy one of these, if you're happy to go around 45, 55, 60, you know, they'll last forever. But if you start going around at 70, trying to get 80 out of them, they're not going to last that long. But you'll find as well, most of the power seems to be at the bottom end, so you sort of go through your gears fairly fast. And I mean, we're in top gear now. I'm going to have to drop down a gear now, obviously. Road closed. But this one, we're in top gear and it pulls from 30 mile an hour, no problem. Really smooth. Yeah, the other good thing about these old bikes is they were made for like the roads, you know, from the 60s, 50s, which most probably weren't that smooth as we either, so the suspension's